Think either major party candidate is qualified to be president this year. In May, he announced that he wouldn't be supporting Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton come November. Well, what does that mean then? Today, for the first time, he offered an in-depth explanation to our own Nicole Wallace. Watch.
This has been an election where the Republican establishment has been mightily and spectacularly bludgeoned. So I feel like your decision to not vote leaves me without a northern light. I mean, how did you arrive at the decision not to vote?
Well, having watched history unfold kind of with a front row seat, I had as you might remember, I had a brother who was president, a dad who was president.
I know him a little bit.
Worked for Ronald Reagan, and the simple fact is there's a threshold past which anybody that steps in the Oval Office must go past. And I don't think either Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump passed that threshold in terms of temperament, character, trustworthiness, integrity. So what do? I mean, if you believe like I do that the presidency is sacred ground and you want a president that upholds the Constitution, and I don't believe either one of the candidates fulfills that primary kind of objective, then I can't vote for either one of them. Now, there are other people running. I mean, there's the libertarian candidacy of Gary Johnson and William Weld. I don't know. I haven't really followed. They don't get a lot of airtime yet. But I can't vote for Hillary Clinton, and I can't vote for Donald Trump, and it breaks my heart. It's not. This is the first time in my adult life that I'm, confronted with this dilemma.
I didn't vote in 2008, and I feel like you only get one of those a decade. If you are a single-issue voter, if you care about security, if you're a security mom, that's what we called them in 2004, your brother's re-election.
You didn't vote in 2008?
I didn't. It's memorialized in an HBO movie. Well, why aren't you voting?
Huh?
I didn't like my choices. Exact same reason you're not voting this year. Sarah Palin gave me serious pause, and I thought if she were to
John McCain.
Well,
come on, man.
Listen, how is it
How
is it any different?
It's very different. Did John McCain, did Donald Trump?
Sarah Palin was his running mate. How is it any different to say that I couldn't vote for Sarah Palin, that you can't vote for Donald Trump?
Because the vice presidency and the presidency is different.
So
and we had 17 candidates running this time, or 18, and I would have gladly supported any of the candidates. I don't know. Ben Carson never got to the point where he was tested, but the governors I would have been very comfortable with. John Kasich, I thought, ran a great campaign, and Rubio, Cruz. There are a lot of people. The bar's not that high for me. I'm not suggesting that you have to be a perfect candidate. I wasn't a perfect candidate for presidency of the United States, and I wouldn't have been a perfect president. I'm not suggesting that, but you got to get past a certain threshold, and John McCain got hurt over that hurdle in flying colors. That's just my own view. I
mean, what if nobody votes? I mean, that's not what you want. You're the son and brother of two commanders-in-chief. We live in extraordinary times. I mean,
look, I respect people going through the process and saying this is a binary decision. I've heard that term. They're fancy language now.
Curtain number one, curtain number two.
Yeah, I just can't.
Chicken or fish, as Obama said.
I can't do it.
Well, what should I
cannot do it. You need to sort it out yourself. If you have a different way to approach this and it's a binary choice for you, fine.
Commander-in-Chief test, what is the choice, chicken or fish?
Neither for me. And you're not going to get me to change that. I just don't see this whole last 2 weeks with Hillary Clinton where she was indicted effectively by the FBI director, and that the last, everything but the indictment took place, basically said that she lied. And there's a pattern there that is something that I can't get past. And Donald Trump does the exact same thing in a totally different way. And we're in perilous times in our country. We need principle-centered leadership. So as for me, I'm back in the private sector, and my free time will be involved in education reform and helping principle-centered conservatives get elected.
Can you understand and give a pass to Republicans who would say Hillary Clinton better understands this question of the important...
I don't. I've reached my conclusion after deep thought and prayer about this, and I respect other people's views on this. I'm not passing judgment on how they reach their conclusion.
Is it a reasonable place to end up, though?
It's a reasonable place to end up as a conservative supporting Trump, because you can't stand Hillary. And I can see why people would think the opposite and say on foreign policy issues, I can't. This is my life calling. This is what I've been involved in. But In my case, I don't trust Hillary Clinton. I don't think she would be a strong.
You can't get there on either one.
I don't think she'd be a strong leader on the world stage. She is her involvement in foreign policy has been disastrous. The reset button, Libya, and other things, and she's not been held to account yet.